Hey, what's up, everybody? This is my first ever live stream, so bear with me while I try and get some settings to be hopefully a little bit better. The lights are ridiculously bright in front of me, but hopefully you can see me. Hopefully you can hear me. Basically, I'm just going to take the opportunity to try out some new camera equipment and do my first ever live video. And in this, we're also going to basically just discuss what we've got coming up and my plans for Disneyland Paris. The trip that we've got in just a few weeks now, really not long to go. So with that said, well, what is the plan for Disneyland Paris this year? So last time that we went, we stayed at Sequoia Lodge and absolutely loved it. Like really seriously, properly fell in love with that hotel. So we were really keen to get back there and stay there again. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're staying at Sequoia Lodge, but we're making it a little bit different this time because last time we just had like a standard room. This time we've decided to try to upgrade and do something a little bit different. So we're going for, I think they call it Golden Forest Club level. It's basically, the club level basically for the Sequoia Lodge Hotel. We've done those kinds of club levels before. We did one at the New York Hotel as it was then. Now the Art of Marvel, but as it was the New York Hotel, the Empire State Club, and really enjoyed it. What we particularly loved about that was the fact that you get like your own kind of private lounge that you can go into, and that's where you have all of like your meals, and it's just kind of like separated away, and it's a little bit quieter. And also in the afternoons they put on like a full-on like buffet of like afternoon tea, kind of cakes and as much coffee as you want, and it's just actually a really nice place to go so that you can have a bit of a break from the parks. Personally, I don't think we'll go there that much though, because we're only actually there for like 2 full days. So what, like 3 nights and 4 days in the park. So it's not like a massively long stay. So those 2 full days that we're there, I reckon that will probably be like pretty intensive and full on and just sort of staying in the park. So I think I will at least, but there's like 6 of us going. So I'm sure some people will want to make use of the lounge and the buffet and everything else that they've got available. So that's kind of really exciting actually, because it will be a bit different to last time, and hopefully the rooms will be nice. I'm not quite sure exactly where they'll be. They may even be overlooking the lake. I don't know. They were for Empire State Club because they were literally like right on the top floor, like looking over a fantastic view of the lake actually. So hopefully we'll be able to get a decent view. So obviously you should get something because it's obviously more expensive than just your standard room. So, but we definitely get the buffet and the lounge and all that kind of stuff. So that's really cool. As I said before, this is like the first of a live video that I've ever made. So let's have a look around and see what we've got. So we've got the counter up there. I don't know if you can see what I can see, but I've got a timer counter down there. Click on that to end stream. I can share it, but I'm on my laptop and I don't have any of my other sort of like logins and apps up and running on this yet. So I have to kind of share this postscript as it were. It's fine. I'm not that worried about people kind of seeing it. I'm more just kind of trying to test the laptop and see if it works. And then maybe we'll do a few more of these, but it is a chance for me to kind of get the plan for Disneyland out there. I did think about kind of doing this as like a packing, my essential tips for packing for a Disney trip. But I have none of the stuff around me to kind of like show it off. So that'll have to be probably like a normal, I suspect heavily edited video that will go up in a couple of weeks time, hopefully. So that's fine. So that's there. We've got the end stream button, so that's fine. An edit button. I'm not exactly sure what I can edit on the fly, but I won't really worry about that. Something about managing moderators can support your channel. Well, I am my own moderator, so we won't worry about that. And I've got a live chat, so that's absolutely fine. I'm not going to worry too much about that. So Sequoia Lodge is the plan, and the Golden Forest Club level is part of that plan. It's also a little bit more kind of complicated than that, because actually the kind of the holiday, the adventure, the trip, whatever you want to call it, actually sort of starts kind of like the day before we get there, because we're staying overnight at a hotel in Folkestone and then catching or crossing in the Eurotunnel the next morning by car and then driving all the way to Disneyland Paris. So it was always like a bit of a debate really as to how we were going to get there. There's 6 of us going, so it'll be obviously 2 cars worth of people. I'm not personally driving, so I don't really mind, but the Eurostar would have been the other option. Eurostar's a bit of a thing right now because by I think June, you won't be able to get a direct Eurostar from the UK to Disneyland Paris like you can at the moment. And not only that, but the only place you can pick up the Eurostar in the UK at the moment is St Pancras, which is not ideal because you've also then got to get to St Pancras probably by train, then make a change, and it's all a bit kind of chaotic. When we've done Eurostar before, we've always done it by Ebbsfleet station, which was just a fantastic station, a little bit quieter, but really comfortable. Getting there is really easy. You can drive there and park there, and it was just so simple. But they stopped Eurostar services from stopping at Ebbsfleet a couple of years ago, which I think was as a result of COVID, because obviously they just weren't getting like the footfall. And it's just never come back. And similarly with Ashford, that was now included on that list of not stopping as well. So kind of different. Again, I also hope you can hear me, by the way. I've got no idea if you can hear me, but I'm just going to keep talking, and then if it doesn't work, we'll find out afterwards. But anyway, so we're staying over at Folkestone and then driving the rest of the way the following morning. It's probably about 3 hours in the car, roughly, something like that, which for somebody who, like me, who suffers with like travel anxiety, and like all my life I've suffered with like travel sickness and things like that, is not ideal. But well, we're just going to have to put up with it, really. I take like tablets for that, and they basically just knock me out, and I go to sleep in the back of the car and sit there with my iPod on. Very antisocial, I know, but I make it in one piece. Downside is that when I get there, I'm just exhausted. So I probably will, I imagine, do some filming when we arrive, but I dare say it will probably just be what I capture on my phone as we get there, essentially. It won't be any of the sort of slightly more technical GoPro camera footage, which I'll save for the following day, and realistically then try to do a lot more, not technical, but trying to film things kind of like in a single shot. So for example, like ride POVs is obviously just one long continuous video from beginning to end. And then I can just upload that for what it is. Whereas like the vlog entries, as it were, I'll stick to doing the phone for that, because also I haven't got to worry about batteries and memory cards and all that kind of stuff. It's just on the phone, ready to edit. So that's my plan. But we'll see what happens when I get there. Also means that I can do like TikTok videos and photos. I can just do those on the phone on the day that we arrive. Also on the day that we arrive, we've already got some of our, well, actually, I think we've got all of our restaurants now booked. All of our dining options have now been sorted out. So on the day that we arrive, it's the restaurant at Sequoia Lodge that we're going to on the first night. And for the life of me, I can never remember what it's called, like Forester's Lodge or something like that. Something like that. But basically, it's the restaurant that's actually at Sequoia Lodge, and it's like an all-you-can-eat buffet. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And I've seen some of the pictures of like the food that they put up. It's going to be good, especially the desserts. I'm really excited about that. So looking forward to the first night, obviously, and probably we'll get the fireworks. That day is also my birthday too. So although I'll be really groggy and really tired, I definitely want to see the fireworks on that night. So I probably won't film anything that night of it, but that doesn't matter. So that'll be really good. And then we'll obviously wake up the next day, and then it'll be a full-on day in the park. I'm pretty sure the dining for the first day might be getting my days mixed around, but I know we've got a reservation for Alt's American Diner, which is great because it's honestly the first time that I've ever been there. I've never gone into Alt's before. It looks absolutely fantastic, and I just really hope we get like a really good view of kind of Main Street, and we can see everything that's going on down in the park. Hope all being well, that's the plan. And then one thing that we did do, we couldn't book Walt's American Diner until later on. So we initially booked Captain Jack's. So we've actually got to cancel the Captain Jack's booking, which I'm kind of disappointed about. I really like it in there. Even when it was Blue Lagoon, before they gave it the kind of Pirates of the Caribbean layover, I thought that actually it was a fantastic restaurant. Really liked the food. And I've always really had really good experiences there, really good food there. I think there was one time where it wasn't quite so good because we had to stick to like a set menu and the options weren't that great. But if you have the full options available, the food's really nice. They've got some really good stuff. So I'm kind of gutted that we're not going to go there. Pirates of the Caribbean is like one of my favorite rides. arguably Big Thunder Mountain probably is my favorite. I don't know, but for nostalgia, I would say Pirates of the Caribbean easily. I'm really conscious I've got a great big shadow of myself behind me. That's because I've turned the light around and I've turned that one off because it's like way too bright in my face. But anyway, so yeah, hopefully Walt's American Diner instead of Jack's this time, but it'll be good because it's different. It'll be new for us, so it'll be a good experience. And then we've got Jeremy, I don't know how you pronounce it. Remy's Bistro, Remy's restaurant in Walt Disney Studios the following day. And again, that's like an absolute favorite for us. It's just something that we, every time we go as a group of us, it's the one place you can guarantee everyone really wants to go there. And we've always enjoyed the food. Like I usually will go for like the steak, and it's really, really nice. And I love the theming in there as well, like feeling like you shrunk down and everything around you is like oversized, and you feel like you're kind of part of the experience with the ride going on next to you as well. So hopefully we'll try to time like going straight from the ride into the restaurant or vice versa, so that you get like a proper full experience. Found out, I hadn't really realized this. This is kind of how much I've not been paying attention recently. Walt Disney Studios have brought back the like the tram tour, but it's now a Cars themed ride. So I'm actually really excited to see that, and it's not far from where the Remy stuff is as well. So just while we're on the subject of like Pixar things, so that should be really good. I'm definitely looking forward to going to hopefully check that out. And then we've also got obviously tons of rides. Actually, yesterday we found out what rides are going to be closed in March, and I think we've been really lucky because I think Big Thunder Mountain is shut for basically from the first Monday of March all the way through to at least the end of the month. And we should be home by the time that they close it. Well, yeah, we definitely should be home by the time that they close it. So we've really lucked out, because provided they don't then bring it forward at all, yeah, super lucky. Because if they closed Big Thunder Mountain, I would have been at like no point going. I might as well stay at home. It's like my favorite ride. Everybody loves it, and I'm desperate to get on there. I'm also desperate to use my GoPro on there as well, just to actually film it for the first time. I've never filmed Big Thunder Mountain for my channel because I'm usually filming on my phone, and if I drop this, then heaven forbid. But having a separate camera just gives me a little bit extra kind of security, I suppose. I also think that a proper camera, particularly a GoPro, because it's so small, with just like a small handle, it's so much easier to hold than this, as where you're kind of either covering up the lens by trying to grip it so tight, or you're doing it like this, and I just feel like it's flimsy, and there's a good chance that you're going to drop that on a fast ride. So proper camera that I can hold on to will be good. But I do also have a chest mount, so if I get too worried about it, I can try at least with that first and see how I get on. The only problem with the chest mount is that because it's down here, I kind of feel like all you're going to see on Big Thunder Mountain is the back of someone's head. So I don't know, we'll kind of see how that goes. So yeah, so that's the plan. Those are the dining options. I think on our final day, before we leave, we've not got any restaurants booked. We were just going to probably pick up something like a sandwich, I imagine, which is a bit of a favorite of ours as well. So yeah, so that's kind of the plan. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, it's only 2 full days, so I'm just going to try and capture as much video as I possibly can. Probably drive everybody mad while I'm trying to get certain shots of this, that, and everything else, and try to get a real like variety of things as well. Because obviously I filmed there before, and I don't want to film what I filmed already. And I want to do stuff, yeah, on the GoPro. A lot of on-ride footage will probably be like single shots from the GoPro, hit record, and then turn it off when you get to the end of the ride. So that would be really good for, obviously, as I say, a lot of the roller coasters. I can, yeah, use the chest mount if I want to, and then like general vlogging and little tiny clips I can just carry on doing on the mobile, or if I want to talk to camera, I'll do it on the mobile. They've also got the things like the hotel. I've not really filmed anything ever around Sequoia Lodge, so I'd love to do like a hotel tour, or at least a room tour at the very least. So we'll see whether or not we can do that, particularly as we've got Golden Forest, means that it would probably be something that, you know, people might be interested to see what that's like. So I can certainly try to get some footage of that. So yeah, so hopefully all being well, we've got like 4 or 5 weeks, I think, left to go. I'm going to do lots of videos about Disneyland Paris kind of leading up to that. Obviously we've got this. I've just done a video which is just uploaded, although it's not quite done the 4K processing like I want it to. I've done a video of our bookcase of like Disney collectibles and ornaments and stuff, so that we can see what we've got when we're there. And then if we see anything else that we like, we can kind of think, okay, well, maybe where's the space for it to go, because it's getting kind of full. So check that out, because we've got some really cool stuff, in my opinion. I'm also going to do a similar sort of thing with like the pins that we've got, or that I've got. My wife wants me to do the same for her collection, and video like the full collection that we have, so that when we go there, we've kind of like got a record of what we have, and then you don't run the risk of like duplicates. And it just because I think sometimes, especially if you've not been to the parks for like a long time, your pins kind of just sit there to one side and you don't always look at them particularly often. And we've not been to the parks since like 2019, pre-COVID. So once we actually get there, I need to know exactly what it is that I've got. I reckon I could easily see myself duplicating on things like Phantom Manor pins, and possibly some Big Thunder Mountain ones as well, because I'll just forget what I've got and then get new ones. So at the risk of duplicating stuff, I'm going to film the collection and my wife's collection, so that we've got a record, and then it'll be good for actually when we're there, we can check and make sure, actually don't buy that because I've already got it. So those are going to come up. I think Black Panther 2 comes out on Disney Plus on the 1st of February, which is this coming Wednesday. So next weekend I'll probably do a review video for that, and then unless there's any particular Star Wars or Marvel rumors or breaking news that happens over the next few weeks, it'll all then be kind of Disneyland Paris themed or Disney Parks themed. I've also got a fantastic book, actually, before I forget, managed to pick this up on Amazon, Doctor to the Mouse. This is unbelievably funny to read. It's really, really good. Anybody that listens to D Park Radio, I heard an advert for this on D Park Radio, which I highly recommend if you're a Disney fan and you want to hear some Disney Parks like background music or ride music. They advertise this book a lot, and it's really, really good. Basically, it is written by a former doctor from Walt Disney World. He was like the park doctor on site, and he just has the most magnificent stories from like decades of working there. The most dangerous rides and injuries that he came across. I think my favorite anecdote that's in this so far, I'm still reading it, but so far it's he tells the story of anybody that knows, you get the fireworks show at the Magic Kingdom usually finishes with Tinkerbell going down a zip wire from the castle and then landing on the roofs of like Main Street buildings in the background. So he actually managed to get actually up into the castle and see where it is that Tinkerbell launches herself off from. And he wanted to, Anthony Rizzo is his name, he wanted to get into the harness and have a go, but they wouldn't let him because he was too heavy, and the kind of rig setup is designed for somebody who is the right sort of shape and frame and build for the Tinkerbell character. So obviously someone who's quite small, and he's quite big, so he obviously couldn't do it. And then he was quite relieved that he didn't do it, because when he went to the other end and saw where they land, again on one of the top of these Main Street buildings, literally on the roof, he realized that all that catches the performer at the end of that zip wire is literally a mattress. There is just a mattress sitting on the floor that I think it's actually like standing up in a frame, and they just hit it. They like full on just hit it. That's all that's stopping them from near death is a mattress that's just hanging and suspended up for them to smack into, basically. So amazing to think that a company like the Walt Disney Company that has so much money, and if you've ever done the Keys to the Kingdom tour of Magic Kingdom, which I highly recommend, they always will tell you that the very first key to the kingdom, and really the story of the success of the Magic Kingdom, is always safety first. So it's amazing to think that with that ethos, you still have nothing but a suspended mattress to catch somebody on a zip wire who's just fallen out of a castle. So it's amazing, really, and there's just some incredible stories like that in there. Some rides that early on had a 100% injury rate, for example. But yeah, get the book. I highly recommend it for any Disney fan, any Disney Parks fan, especially if you like your Disney history. It's well worth trying to get hold of a copy. It's on Amazon, Doctor to the Mouse, and it's just really good. So I definitely recommend it. So there we go. That's a bit sidetracked. So we're 20 minutes into the live. I'm probably going to end it there because, as I say, I've no idea if you can see me, hear me. I don't know. I need to know what this video kind of looks like. But I dare say we'll try and do some more live videos at some point. It's essentially just kind of like the odd vlog that I do, but I'm not going to call this the odd vlog live, because there may come a time, if I eventually end up with enough subscribers that I'd be able to do some live video on my phone, which you can't do if you've got less than 1,000 subscribers, I think. So it's not an option for me to be able to do live video on this while I'm out and about, because I'd love to be able to do like live videos from, say, like Comic-Con or around a Disney park. Why not? Although easier said than done, because obviously there's a lot of like copyright music and that kind of stuff going off in the background. But it's something that I'd like to be able to try. So if I'm out and about, it's not the odd vlog. The odd vlog is when I'm just sitting here in my office talking to you guys face to camera. So this is not a live version of the odd vlog, because I want to do live videos from other places as well. Hopefully that's the plan. So it's just live. It's just the Planetary pilot live. And yeah, hopefully the first of many. So with that said, I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you for watching. And yeah, hopefully you've been able to hear and see everything that I've said. And look out for the videos that we've got coming over the next few weeks as we count down to Disneyland Paris. So thank you very much, and I'll see you guys real soon, and take care. And I'm going to end stream. Okay, bye.